The following may contain offensive language, adult humor, and or content that some viewers may find offensive. The views and opinions expressed by any one speaker does not explicitly or necessarily reflect or represent those of Mark Radulich or W2M Network. Please listen with caution, or don't listen at all. Alrighty, we are back after a rather long hiatus on the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox. I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich, and I'm on the mend. But I'll tell you, we are here to review Steel Panther on the Prowl. Joining me tonight to do that, as well as talk about the 100 greatest heavy metal songs of all time, is one Chesty Starcher. How you doing, Chesty?
100 greatest metal songs of all time. Boy, oh boy, that's going to be a discussion.
Absolutely. And we are also joined by the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper. How do you do, sir?
I think I do slightly better than that top 100 list. Fortunately, it's not a very high bar to clear.
I was telling you guys before the show, and I mentioned it on Tuesday. I ain't young anymore. I'm trying to keep up with all these whippersnappers, and they came to my house and they want to pass the Philly blunts.
Oh my goodness,
the cigars.
Oh,
pass the pre-rolls. They got these.
Man.
They got these like concentrated marijuana liquid deals.
The future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
future
God!
Is now, old man.
I was trying to keep up with them, man. I was trying to hi. What are those things called?
What?
The concentrated marijuana.
The hydroxy THC.
Yeah, like what? Like like when you guys smoke them. Like what are they called? Okay, yeah. So like I was vaping marijuana. That's where my life has come to. And I messed myself
white
up
without telling me you're white.
I messed myself up something good. So, but I'm here. I kicked out just in time, Jesse.
Oh goodness!
Thanks.
Glad you did. Glad you're here, Mark Radulich. My goodness, we got together and recorded this past Sunday, and you were doing okay. But man, it must have hit you right hard.
Yeah, it didn't really hit me until Monday. Monday, I started to feel like I had the flu.
Oh,
yeah. Monday and Tuesday night, I got achy. It felt like I had the flu. Like I went to bed and then when Wednesday, it was like full blown. What? If you'll remember, like that long stretch, I was telling you this off air. That long stretch that I was coughing and sick from like November through January, it felt like that again. So, but I'm all right now. I got my, I went into the doctor's office, the Minute Clinic. I kicked open the door like Steve Austin, and I was like, "Listen, bitch, you're about to give me some steroids. I'm gonna tear this place apart."
Oh, everybody's like, "Oh, he's back again."
I'm gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground.
Here he is demanding health care from us one more time.
That is how you talk to doctors, Jesse Starcher.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
You cannot walk into a doctor's office and be like, "Please run tests and take
fuck a rapport." You know, you don't want to build a rapport with the fucking man
You-
that's giving
You
you health
can't
advice.
trust doctors to do the right thing, is what I'm saying.
I hear you. Okay,
You gotta be like, you gotta know what meds you need when you walk into the doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta be like, this dick, right? You see it? Look at it. Look at it. This dick demands steroids or whatever it is that you need.
I'm trying to
Or
see.
horse dewormer.
The point is, you got to tell these doctors what time it is, Jesse Starcher.
Okay, all right.
And so I went into the minute clinic and I was like, I need some steroids and I need them stat. And several hours later, I got them.
They were
Can
like,
you
Mr.
add something to
Balea.
the add something to the disclaimer about, you know, please do not heed any medical advice given by anybody on this
I don't
panel.
believe I was giving medical advice.
Okay, I guess I will agree with you there.
I was giving behavioral advice.
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
We're
Stop.
misbehaving.
All
right.
Just hit him with the old stone cold stunner and be like, that's right. Give me the fucking roids. And they try to put it in your butt and the needle breaks due to all the scar tissue.
I'm trying to think if I've got like any fun, sexy stories to tell you. I don't think I do. I don't think I've done anything recently. I broke it up. With.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie about it.
I don't know how to recover from that one. Then I am still mourning for you.
I haven't broken up with 3 or 4 times now since being social.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, the odds of that go up the more people that you're involved with, I'm sure. So,
Yep. And they literally all
it would
break
suck
up.
if every single one of them just decided to stick around. I don't know. I mean, I at some point you cross the line of
Well,
like
what kills me
capacity.
is they all break up with me for the same reason. They're
Okay.
like, you said that, you know, yes, you have a wife and yes, you have kids and yes, you have a podcast, but you also had time. And then, you know, we get into this and it doesn't feel like I get enough time. And I'm like, no, you get exactly the amount of time I afforded you. That I said I could afford you. And then they also say,
go ahead.
And then this one in particular was like, oh yeah, you know, I want to be, you know, I like to do all the things that you want to do. And, you know, you do the things that I want to do. And I'm like, that's great. And then like by the end of it, she was like, we're only doing the things you want to do. And I'm like, I don't know, make a suggestion then. Like I'm putting stuff on the calendar, yes, for us to do together that I want to do, but I'm happy but when you make a suggestion, I'm happy to accommodate that as well. I don't know what I did wrong there. But yeah, it's one of those. Almost got involved with the Jackie again, Jesse, against your better judgment.
Yeah,
No,
I think we've had this discussion a few times.
She's hot as hell, but just like a house fire, it's gonna kill you.
Dangerous.
I feel like you said something like that the last time I brought her up. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to her. I was feeling pretty low. I was feeling mighty low, Jesse. And I reached out to her, and then this past week, we were gonna hang out, and then she called Melissa, and then and then Melissa shared with me the conversation, and I went, "This is a terrible idea. I don't know why I did this. I should have listened to Jesse from the start." Yeah.
Just
So between that and being sick, I have not had a good week.
no. Well, you're here now. We're going
I'm
to be
here.
talking.
I'm here
metal.
with the people that truly love me.
That's right.
You're
right.
darn tootin', and Dave right there. He's sleeping. He didn't fucking care. Yeah, I got to have a shit weekend. Poor Natalia was in the hospital. So
What happened? Wait, hang on.
Can't really say, but it has 2 letters. So I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Domestic violence.
Oh, I mean,
I don't even want to guess. You just tell us later.
Drag
That's
us
fine
here.
with me.
I don't.
I mean, nobody listens to this shit anyways. She's
Except
got
Natalia.
She's got MS.
Okay.
Okay.
And
That's
that
rough.
sucks. That's awful.
That's really rough.
Yeah, well, no, she doesn't. She doesn't listen to this. She is like balls deep in the squealing hog that is PA school.
Ooh.
And she missed 2 classes because they were like, "Oh yeah, we're only going to keep you till Monday." Nah, they kept her till Tuesday, and she came in on Saturday.
All right, so she's in the hospital because her MS is acting up.
Well, she didn't know she had it.
Oh, she's just now finding that out.
Ooh.
Yeah, like she woke up Thursday morning with half her face numb.
Yeah, that'll do it. Sorry, man. That's rough. I feel bad for her.
Yeah, I was and I was trying to talk her into going Friday night, and she's like, "No, I don't want you to have to drive up." And I was like, "Bro, I was going to be in town anyways." But her mom took her on Saturday, and then one of her hands, the hand on that same side, started going, getting a little weak here and there. So, yeah.
Sorry.
So it's all right. I got to learn lots of. I spent in between my job of calling people and listening to heavy metal, spent lots of time reading information on the multiple scleroses and what it does, how to take care of them. And apparently it made her cry when I told her that, because it was very sweet.
Means you care. That's
I
right.
mean, I told her I ain't fucking going anywhere. So like, yeah, so she had a shit time, but that actually would explain like the debilitating headaches and the tiredness. And yeah, it's great.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Jesse? You beat any of your kids this weekend?
No, my son sprained his ankle for the 5th time, and I told him he's not allowed to walk for the next month. That's about it.
Is this Dennis Rodman?
Basketball?
Yeah. He was that. This is the way this went.
Your son,
okay?
Shaq.
my son is like, he's like, Dad, can you take me down to the park to play basketball? Now, mind you, he tells us that like right when he comes in the door, and he's done this for the past week. He's like, hey, can I go down to the park? Okay, let's get in the car. I'll drive you all the way down there, and then I'll go pick you up 2 hours later, bring you all the way back. Glad you gave us like 3 minutes notice. Anyway, so twice, 2 days in a row, I took him down there, dropped him off, drove my ass all the way back home, and then I get a text saying, hey, come get your son. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, the second time he had jumped and sprained his ankle for like the 5th time. And man, it set me off. And I was like, dude, you need to give your ankle a rest. You need to take care of yourself. And
your son's like 9 feet tall, isn't he?
I legitimately took every single basketball, which by the way is about 6, and tossed them in a place that shall not be disclosed. So he would not go outside. Yes, as a matter of fact,
it's like Pat Riley just kicking basketballs into people's yards.
I would have if I could have. They're all hidden away, right? So I'm like, okay, that cures the problem. He is not going to be tempted to grab the basketball and go out and shoot on the basketball hoop at all. He can sit down and then let his leg rest. No, he finds the size 4 soccer ball that my son has, my other son Colton has, and decides to bounce it all over the place. And I'm like, I can't win for losing until I get a knife and stab that soccer ball, which will be happening soon. But yeah, that's there you go. There's a little bit of news for you.
So you know what's even funnier? You were calling his kid Shaq. Oh, do you know 90s basketball?
Me?
You remember Brian Reeves?
I don't remember him.
Who?
He was Bryant Reeves. He's just a really tall. He's like a 7 foot tall white boy. His nickname was Big Country. And when you look at Bryant Reeves, yeah, is everybody looking at it? All right. I was going to send a picture, but I don't know how to send pictures in this thing because
Jesse knows how to send pictures. Jesse sends me pictures all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's
so many butt. Nobody wants to see that many butt cheeks.
And if I have to hear how tall my son is anymore, I'm going to walk into traffic.
How tall is he?
He is 13. I keep thinking he's 12. He's 13 years old, and he'll be, he'll probably be another 3 inches taller here very soon. And I'm not happy about it. Tired of hearing about it from him. Hey, Dad, stand right up, put his face right up against mine. Okay, son, I get it. Look,
you need to punch him right in the. You need to punch him right in the dick. Let him know what time it is.
We're just
parenting, Jesse.
There we go.
My kids can't pull that shit.
Send it. I gotta see this more. Big Country. I've heard of this guy. I've heard of this guy.
My kids can't pull that shit on me. I'll fucking throw him into a tree.
Yeah, that's a big dude.
Yeah,
all right, that is a big guy.
I'm just sitting there. I'm like, in terms of like shape, size, sort of complexion, I could be your kid one day.
I can see it.
Wasn't there like a really like good white dude on the Utah Jazz once upon a time in the 90s?
Plenty, I'm sure.
John Stockton.
That's the one, John Stockton.
Yeah.
He played NBA Jam. You probably know John Stockton.
That is probably where I know him from. Yes, that's exactly where I know him from.
See, it's bad because my I love basketball self was like was going through all the white guys that have played for the Jazz, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna be here all night. Pete
right.
Maravich.
All right. So Steel Panther, right,
Mhm.
Jesse? We reviewed a few of their albums.
Indeed, we did.
I saw them the Friday before I went on
Oh.
my cruise.
He's on the
Yeah.
rag.
She's on the rag. They didn't play that one though.
Damn. They
They
play
didn't play
Glory
with-
Hole?
Yes. Oh, did I not tell you this? I got a Glory Hole chant started.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Yes.
Yes,
great.
they finished the show. They were setting up for their encore. So we weren't broken up at the time. My girlfriend at the time, she's like, "What are you chanting?" And I'm like, "Glory hole, glory hole," and like all these white people around me, "Glory hole," and they came out and they played it. It was great. I'm done.
Was
with
that on the set list?
Presumably.
Oh, okay. Perfect timing then. I was gonna say if you got them to pull an audible, that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
It would have been
for
really
sure.
funny. They were like, "Hey, that one fat guy wants to hear Glory Hole. Do we know that one still? It's fine."
Yeah, scrap. She's on the rag. Let's go.
I'd have been so pissed.
That's his workplace's favorite Steel Panther song.
They didn't play Wasted Too Much Time either. They played a lot of stuff from On the Prowl, and then they played some older stuff. It was a good show. The thing about Steel Panther, Jesse, is how sticky they are. Like,
Yeah.
I have complained in the past about too much time talking between songs and how it's frustrating, and like you could totally play more songs if you just like stop
Play
talking.
more songs. Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently going to a Steel Panther show is like going to a comedy show.
Oh boy.
Like they do like skits in between songs.
Oh boy.
So like they do a lot of shtick in between their numbers. And I can't even take that away from them because like they were making the crowd laugh. And if the crowd's having a good time with it, you know, then we're all nuts like looking at the
Yeah,
watches like,
right.
come on, move this on already. If the crowd's laughing, I can't be like, shut up and sing already. You know, it's part of the act.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
references to cocaine and chicken wings.
At the same time,
Yeah.
I feel like the grease would kind of catch all the coke
I mean, how are you doing your cocaine?
on a chicken wing.
No.
That's why I said at the same time.
No.
You have your mirror for cocaine, yeah. You have a plate of chicken wings, yeah. And you go, yeah. Rawr.
Thank you for that demonstration.
You're welcome. You're listening to the audio going, what did he just do?
Yeah, that is great podcasting right there.
Still not really really feeling this whole audio visual thing. All right. So we're gonna review now we haven't done too many of these shows. If you're listening to this for the first time, we don't play the tracks anymore. Just gotta talk about the album. Maybe we'll play a video, maybe we won't. Our last show I played Death to All But Metal, which is actually not on this album.
Fucking love that song.
But On the Prowl came out February 24th, 2023. The tracks are Never Too Late to Get Some Pussy Tonight, which they did play, by the way. And they actually invited a whole bunch of girls up on stage. That I caught a TikTok of that.
Were they hot?
I mean, you know, with my blurry ass old eyes, maybe, sure.
So it was dark.
I mean, I was standing far away from the stage.
I'm just fucking with you.
Thanks. Yeah, they played It's Never Too Late to Get Some Pussy Tonight, which I caught that on video, posted on TikTok. It's got some pretty decent views on it. The song itself is fine. Jesse, you got some lyrics that you were sending us. Was this one of the ones where you were like, I need to express myself?
Oh my goodness. I don't think this was it. I think there was a couple songs after this that were cracking me up.
Okay. Well, let me read some of these. We have Friends with Benefits.
Yeah.
On Your Instagram. I've had On Your Instagram stuck in my head all day today.
That's a good one.
Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, 1987. I think that's a single off of here. And it's one of the sorry guys.
That's all right.
1987 is one of the most non-Steel Panther songs I've ever heard. In that it's not hypersexual in any way, shape, or form. It's nostalgic about the music of that era. Though you can't like the first line is just like they were looking all so great. I wondered if I was gay or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like, oh boy, Steel Panther. We can't even write a nice nostalgic song without a little dig.
Nah. There's no way. Here's what I figured out about Steel Panther. They're like a very, very dirty, explicit Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah,
that's what these guys are. They lean into that, and granted, they aren't parodying songs, but they are definitely. It feels like a parody group almost.
Yeah.
With what they're doing. Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say. Like the shtick they were doing was like almost making fun of that era of overindulgence. Yeah. The hair metal era. So they definitely lean into it. It's like it's totally an act, which is fine. It's funny, you know. They got Is My Dick Enough? Teleporter.
Teleporter was the one I was sitting on.
Teleporter.
I was like, Browns. What? I was like, what is going to be in this song about a teleporter? And then I realized, it's just basically about a guy who has some of the worst luck and wants to get the hell out of the situation that he's in each time. And of course, this is the one that brought up the Cleveland Browns, and I was hurt. I'll just put it that way.
It's because he took them to the Super Bowl.
Magical Vagina.
Exactly.
So I brought the kids to go see Shazam with the Kelsey, and Kelsey and I were singing Magical Vagina. One of the kids was like, "This is inappropriate." We're like, first of all, shut up.
You're right. First of all, you are correct.
Second of all, we've seen the shit that you watch and that you see, and it's just a different kind of unacceptable, inappropriate. Don't tell me whatever. And then Kelsey did a long, drawn out explanation of why vaginas are in fact magical, Jesse.
Wow.
All
on the way to go see Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
That would have put me in the mood for the movie.
Was it any better than was that speech better than the movie?
Yes.
Okay. I saw the movie too.
All that and more. One pump chump, which is funny.
One pump chump.
Porn star ain't dead yet and sleeping on the rollaway. So, I mean, I think the first question we have to ask ourselves is this album better or worse or the same as the last couple that we reviewed on here, Jesse?
That's a good question. I listened to this one time. Doesn't mean that I didn't like it because I didn't go back for repeat listens. It was more along the lines of like time constraints. But I will tell you what I heard. I mean, everything was competent. So it's not like it got. You cannot look at Steel Panther and go, "Oh, here we go again," because you knew what you were going to get. Oh yeah, that's true. Which may be mentioned in 1987. Actually, I think Tawny Katane at least comes up. But yeah, this is. I think this was fine. I think the Straight Lace 1987 song was probably top 3 for me off of this album. Friends with Benefits was the one that I sent you. The first one I sent you where I was starting to pay attention to like some of the stuff that was coming out. Granted, that's song number 2, but I was paying attention to the lyrics.
Jesse, you have the lyrics there. Share.
Oh, well, I mean, the ones that I sent you, here you go.
I need you to read them in vascular detail.
This is just so bad, man. This is it is a point where I was looking at this. I'm this is Steel Panther.
Do I need to like give you a spotlight?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go right ahead. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Read them lyrics, baby.
I will read you this one section. Okay. You get a fur coat and a dime. Now, granted, this is Friends with Benefits. So clearly, there's a mutual relationship here. Each one is taking advantage of the other in some way. Okay. All right. So I'll do 2 of them. You get to spend my cash. I get to bang that gash.
Yeah.
You get the Louis Vuitton. I get a face to come on.
Makes sense.
You get a fur coat and a diamond. I get your stilettos on my nuts.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing.
But stilettos? Like, what if they puncture?
I know, dude. Ball stomping.
Some dudes are just about getting their dick stepped on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not here to kink shame.
There's a bratty element to that, and that's not me. I did not score on that test. You get a shopping spree in London. I get your turds inside my mouth.
That might happen if you stick your face in there.
So there you go. Anyway, that is Friends with Benefits. But yeah, I mean, as far as stacking up to some of the other ones, I mean, I don't know if this has the shine on it that some of the, when I was first introduced to Steel Panther. I think that probably holds the same for everybody. Everybody gets that introduction to Steel Panther and like, oh my goodness, listen to this, and then the stuff that happens later.
Gangbang at the old folks' home.
Yeah. So you can't just top that moment of first exposure to it. So boy, there's a lot of innuendo going on there. What do you think, Coop?
Yeah, I mean, listening to it musically, it's fine. It does a decent enough job of homaging that 80s sound without, directly ripping off riffs. But in terms of what it offers, like your mileage may vary. Like if you think like, cum jokes are the zenith of human entertainment, by golly, I've got an album for you. If this is about your fourth or fifth Steel Panther album, and you kind of realize it's almost like, sorry, Dave, I scared the cat.
Don't scare the cat.
It's almost like if you watch certain indie wrestlers and they've got some really good moves and it's really impressive the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Omega.
I love Kenny Omega, but fair. I couldn't stand him when he was in New Japan as a junior heavyweight, though. God, I hated when he was the cleaner. Anywho, yeah. So let's say you've got a Kenny Omega.
How about an Orange Cassidy?
Yeah. I think
Orange Cassidy's not really a moves guy.
Yeah, I was thinking.
But he's got a dick.
True, or like a Toru Yano is kind of like that too, who was hilarious live. Loved watching him. Somebody like just like one of your flippy do. I kept wanting to say Speedball Mike Bailey, but anywho, just a guy that's really impressive to watch, but eventually you can just kind of call when they're going to be doing a certain spot as you're going on. That's kind of how I saw this album. Like, all right, here we go. He's setting them up for the cum joke. And boom.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
nailed
she's
it.
drenched. Like, it's one of those things. And there's a couple surprises. There's a couple good, funny lines. 1987, I thought was fine, though. I admit,
I really like 1987, but I mean, I was also 11 in 1987.
Alive in 1987, and
that song hits for me. I get why it might not resonate for you.
Yeah, and I'm kind of tired of 80s nostalgia. Like I wasn't there for it, but it's just like it's emanating out of every pore of popular culture at this point.
It's going to slow. It just slowly swings to the 90s as the generations get older. So be prepared. That's what's going to be happening soon.
I can't wait for early 2000s nostalgia.
Can I get my well, that's late 90s. I was going to ask for my Jinkos, but that is what I wanted. Nothing more than Jinko jeans or some trip pants in 2005. That's what I wanted. Never got them. I never got my overly baggy jeans.
Damn.
You know what? And the funny thing is I could technically go get some right now, but I like to waste my money on things I might use, not ones I'll never use.
I think overall, it's a solid Steel Panther album. I think where it lacks, it's the one area where it lacks, is when I think about the older Steel Panther stuff, the ones that we covered, and the ones even older than that, was how much more graphic they were. They were much more graphic. They were a lot funnier. The older Steel Panther stuff, they were really playing with the idea of being hypersexual. And it was very in your face. As it's gone on, people get the Steel Panther joke now. They're not, the stuff isn't like as in your face as it was.
They don't have to try so hard.
Yeah, and they're not.
Yeah.
And so I think they got solid songs on this album. I think it's a good album. I've enjoyed listening to it. I enjoy hearing them play this stuff live at the concert. I mean, I'll tell you, never too late to get some meow meow tonight. That's catchy. I like it. Put on your Instagram. That's catchy. I like it. 1987, probably my favorite track on here. Magical Vagina, when you've got a 10-year-old girl in your backseat, it's fine.
I hope that wasn't the title of the song.
Parentheses. Anyway, I would give it like a solid B. What do you think, Jesse?
Yeah, I'll give it that. I'll definitely go with a B on here. I mean, I was entertained when I was listening to it, and it's so absurd. I was just looking through the lyrics of All That and More, which is just strictly a song
Please share
about
with us, Jesse.
Well, it's strictly a song about his dick and how it's just everything out there, including it. I'll show you a time. Wait a second. No, even better. It's got an A+ rating on the S&P. It can skip the line at the DMV. So,
that's an impressive package.
That is an impressive dick right there. But yeah, there's a lot of good, absurd stuff that's going on here that just, makes me laugh when I listen to Steel Panther. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm fine with that. Mark's got a Honeysuckle Rose Creations icon, which is great.
That's
every
so
time he
cute.
goes away.
It's good brand synergy.
Look, she changed it the last time she used it because she's not been able to go on camera lately because she's had some medical issues, and I just don't feel the need to keep changing it.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's good brand. I think it's good corporate synergy.
I like it. Honeysuckle Rose Creations, where the corner of geek meets chic or something like that. Right, Mark?
Yeah, the corner of geek and chic here. Is this better, Jesse?
Thank you. Oh, hey, J. Jonah Jameson. Nice.
Make it gay.
I
Make
want
it
pictures
gayer.
of Spider-Man.
Sucking cock.
Ooh,
Make it
somebody
gayer.
projecting.
All right. Let's go ahead and play. Are we done with this now?
I
Well,
didn't
give-
actually
Coop-
get. I
Coop, give
was
a
about to
grade.
say I didn't go for it yet.
Oh, go ahead.
Because actually I listened to this album at work, so I've been doing a job of rating every album I listen to, and I'm going to listen to one album every day of the year, and so far I'm caught up. I'm very proud of myself. I gave this one like a solid 6 out of 10 because it's competent, it's fine. Your mileage may vary. Well, like granted, I wasn't 100% hooked into some of these songs because sometimes it can be a little bit more background noise, but I enjoyed my time listening to it. Will I really go back to it? Not really. I have Asian Hooker to listen to instead.
They played
Because
that one.
sucky fucky smells like
totally-
sushi.
They totally played Asian Hooker.
That's I mean that one's great. Community Property.
Mm-hmm.
That's still one of my favorite stories of my buddy Nick, who one day will be on this podcast.
Hey,
There
said
it
the
is.
thing.
There it is.
Yeah, where his girlfriend at the time, they were listening to it, and he holds her hand, and she's, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then it goes, "But my cock is community property." She looks at him and goes, "You pig."
I think they play Community Property at the show.
Oh, they should because
Hang on, I can do this. I can actually get the set list.
He can do it. He can do it.
because
I can put your back into it.
hey, because it's great because I too went to a concert, so except Death to All played 19 fucking songs.
Whew.
Oh, how was Death to All?
It was fucking awesome. I really liked it. It was I mean, pretty much their guy that was more or less stand-in Chuck did a fantastic fucking job. Yeah, I mean it was great. Like the band, they're doing it just to support Chuck's legacy and let people hear some death songs live for once.
Cool. All right. So, by the way, Joey Fatone was at my show.
What?
Yes, Joey Fatone was on stage with them.
Oh.
So here's what they did. They did Eyes of a Panther, Let Me Come In, Asian Hooker. All I Want to Do Is Fuck Myself Tonight, which is a great song. The Burden of Being Wonderful. Party Like Tomorrow Is the End of the World. And then they did a guitar solo. Death to All But Metal, which is amazing. 1987, Ain't Dead Yet. And then Joey Fatone did 3 songs with them. Girl from Oklahoma, Never Too Late to Get Some Pussy Tonight, and Party All Day and Fuck All Night. And the encore was Joey Fatone doing Community Property and then Glory Hole.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
We got to find some recordings of that because That's a keepsake because I was a huge fan of NSYNC as a child. I really was. No, I was obsessed with them. That's all I listened to. I had like the fucking posters and everything.
Well, it's funny. We're gonna talk about the video that I'm gonna play later. It's actually a cover of "I Want It That Way." So we'll get back to that.
Backstreet Boys, but close enough.
Who fucking cares? It's the same band. Jesse, introduce this first video. Why are we talking about Ratt?
You've really never seen this, Mark?
This is look, we're looking for videos. We're talking metal videos. This is definitely hair metal, in my opinion.
So,
kind of fits in. And I mean, look, I started it and I was like, okay, this is we'll have a little bit of commentary, I'm sure. I want you guys to kind of describe to me what's going on in this video. So
I'm
ready.
Is this like filmed by an African film student?
No, this is not that good. So but I mean, here we are. We're going to have a little bit of dinner. The butler's bringing in a little.
Hang on, I have this going through the wrong speakers.
I was about to say, it sounds like it's coming through a tin can.
Hang on,
Butler already looking.
I want to be like Rob Halford.
I mean, as far as Ratt songs go, I think that's like the Ratt song. I don't know if there's anything. I'm gonna have to go take a look just to make sure. But I mean, that is the iconic Ratt song. That is the iconic Ratt video, folks. Right to you, right here.
Every time you say that, I think you're saying like rap. Like, wait, what?
Rat.
We're close.
Ratt.
Rats over the dishes. All right.
Oh,
Rolling Stone put out an article.
Oh yeah.
March 13th, 2023. It's gotten some degree of debate online. The 100
why do you pick lists that have more than 10? This has 100 fucking bands, and I swear to goodness, there are 100 albums. If I have to talk about every one of these fucking albums / bands, I will. I'll just go to sleep on the podcast. I'm fucking Jason Teasley right here.
It's never stopped me. Or Mark, to be fair.
It's true.
I think we've all fallen asleep on a podcast before.
You want to have a virtual cuddle pile, Jesse? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Stay tuned for next week's podcast when we discuss the top 1,000 heavy metal videos. We're going to watch all 1,000 of them. All right, Mark, go ahead.
Have a nice little cuddle pile. All right. If we don't have anything to say, we'll do this the way that we did the war movies, where if we don't have anything to say, then I'll just go on to the next one.
There was what, 25 of those?
That's fine.
Welcome to Hell, Venom. That's a good song.
Fucking love that song. Like, definitely very, very sort of influential on a lot of your, I guess, sort of early thrash bands. And I love Crowbar, Kirk Winstein's fat ass.
Oh my god. So I love that Pantera was like their biggest like booster for a while. And and Crowbar, it's all guys that look like me in the band. It's fantastic. Let's see. We've got Executioner's Tag, Swing of the Axe by Power Trip. Dude, I know a lot of people are into Power Trip.
Dude, they fucking slayed live. I saw them with a Cannibal Corpse, and they were awesome, even though their singer died. So much for that. I don't know Dillinger Escape Plan.
Yeah,
I've never been a huge fan of Dillinger Escape Plan.
Not a fan.
Hey, I like Girl School.
I don't think I've ever heard that song though.
I've never heard the song, but I like them.
Here we go. That's a good one. The video by Machine Head.
Oh yeah, Let Freedom Ring with a shotgun blast.
Maybe I just played that last week, as a matter of fact.
It's a really enjoyable song. I think one of Machine Head's best, really.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like it was that. I think it's Burn My Eyes, that album. Mm-hmm. I don't think Machine Head's put out anything that was as good as Burn My Eyes.
I really did like it was an album before last. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember really digging that one. Yeah.
But I mean, this is one of those where they came out with 1994's Burn My Eyes, and they have never been able to capture that again.
Yeah, I think that was their high point. They peaked early.
Okay. In the Meantime by Helmet, that is a classic. Helmet was like one of my favorite bands for the longest time. In the Meantime, that was the one that got me back in. Like I had like taken a break from moshing because I was a professional and all that. I'm like, no, I gotta get out there for In the Meantime, and got punched directly in the eye.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hammer Smash Face, a classic by Cannibal Corpse.
It is. It's so much fun live too.
Yes, it is. Also featured in Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
All We Are by Warlock. Anything?
I don't know a ton about. I mean, I know Doro Pesh was in there, but
Hold Me Under by Dream Theater.
I really enjoy that song. I think it's masterfully crafted. Like, I think honestly, 91 might be a little low for that, but you know, we got to fit in some other songs that are going to be on here.
Only thing I know about Dream Theater is the anti-aircraft drums that they had going on. That's about the only thing I can remember.
Bring the Noise featuring Anthrax.
Fucking classic one right there. I was just thinking
But I
about
think
that
also-
one today.
But even if you're like, the song's kind of meh, you can't deny its place in the genre, and you know, and what it meant and how it changed things, and who was inspired by it. I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's, you know, it's like what Walk This Way by Run DMC and Aerosmith.
You got to say the thing.
Except it was
Mark.
actually metal.
What thing?
Yo, Chuck.
Yo, Chuck, where are you?
Is that Snow?
You can't bring
No.
me down by Suicidal Tendencies.
I thought that was Snow for a second. I got excited.
It's for I don't know much about suicidal tendencies.
I love me some ST.
Oh my god, I'm bummed, Jesse. I was gonna go to Cleveland this weekend to go see Life of Agony, but I have zero monies. It's just I have no monies. So I had to sell my Life of Agony tickets. But I'll tell you, like back in the day, Life of Agony, Typo Negative, which are my most favorite bands of all time. To the point where like I'll still go back and like when I'm in a mood, I'll still listen to Life of Agony. That album still speaks to me, and this time still gets me pumped up. It's so good.
River Runs Red. I mean, one of the iconic Life of Agony albums. I mean, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Slaughter to the Soul, At the Gates.
Yeah, I think honestly, for all the influence that it had, not only as an absolutely fucking fantastic album and song, as well as the influence they had on the metalcore scene that came out in the early 2000s, I think they're a little low, honestly, at 87. But, you know, we got to have room for other bands. And then King Crimson, which I like. 21st Century Schizoid Man. I don't know if I'd really put it on a fucking metal list, though.
Hey, Jesse.
Oh, my gosh. Mark, did you have a chance to watch
There goes the neighborhood.
Did you watch Day Shift yet? The vampire movie with Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they have a body count song that just kicks all sorts of ass right in the middle of that fucking movie. It's great. But yeah, There Goes the Neighborhood by Body Count. Oh, great.
We have spent many hours on this podcast.
Oh, have we? Have we ever? Yes. Big fans.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody's fucking in a UFO.
Everybody fucking in the UFO.
Yeah, but before everyone was fucking in a UFO, Thunderkiss 65 was the shit. I want to say, didn't they used to use it as the ECW opener?
Yeah. It was also in the One Night Stand 2005. Because that was the first time I heard it, and I didn't know what it was. That's the first time I'd ever heard it, and I was like, I like this groove. This is cool.
Demon Warp is coming alive in 1960. 555, yeah. Yeah. Well, all right, World Eater by Bolt Thrower.
Bolt Thrower is a good band. I do enjoy what I've heard from them, but I
fucking love Bolt Thrower, and again, far too low on this list, especially when we look at some of the other things that will be in the 40s.
Oh man.
Even J. Jonah Jameson over there had to show up for it. Yeah, I think World Eater is probably one of their better tracks. I've almost finished listening to them because they were my pick for B.
Were they really?
They
Nice.
were, yeah.
Spit Kitty.
By Kitty. I know a little bit of Kitty, but I don't know much about them.
No idea.
Yeah.
No clue.
Like I know, I mean, yeah. I from what I've heard of them, their stuff definitely mixes a lot of different genres in a pot and pours them out.
They were totally brackish.
Huh?
I like Kitty. When they came on the scene, they were like this little groovy heavy metal group that was all girls. Had a nice little sound to them. They were pretty good. And they were totally brackish. That was one of their songs.
That's great.
Oh, okay.
Scroll down.
Yeah, just
Oh my gosh.
We're not gonna take it by Twisted Sister, baby.
Is there another Twisted Sister song on this list?
Yeah, this is way too high. Like, this needs to be closer to like number one.
I was gonna say at least in the top 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. No, they gotta have room for other things. You see.
I don't like what you're talking about here, Coop. You got me worried for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, have you not looked at this list?
No, this is actually the first time I've gone through this.
Taking a look
What?
at it for the first
Okay,
time, so-
yeah. Nick and I went through it. I went through it, and then I showed him at the concert, and he was like, "Oh boy."
Let me just tell you guys right now, not a fan of the Deftones.
I always thought the Deftones were too ambient for me.
Not me at all. I do not like them.
All right, Balls to the Walls by Accept is not bad.
That's a good one.
I think this is definitely 79's a solid. Converge. I like Converge all right. I don't know much about them, but they're solid.
With your Jesus Christ. I hope that's the only Soundgarden song on here.
It can't be. There's no way.
How do you not have like Fell on Black Days?
Black Hole Sun.
I could live without that one.
Well,
I can see that being on here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, this is Rolling Stone. They don't exactly get a lot of deep cuts.
Yeah. Blow Up the Outside World. That would be the one I would go on with.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Spoon Man.
Come together.
Come together with your hands. Save me. Ooh, there's one for you, Cooper. Bathory.
I really enjoy me some Bathory. I mean, I'm not surprised they would put Bathory kind of this, I guess, high or low, if you will, because it's not mainstream enough for Rolling Stone, but whatever.
We are the Youth Gone Wild.
Wild.
I'm going to see Skid Row Tuesday with the Kelsey.
Ooh.
And
Very
Buck
nice.
Cherry. I love the cocaine.
Oh boy.
Mama, can
fucking
you wait?
Buck Cherry.
Oh, don't you fucking Buck Cherry me, you fucking Roma Cooper. Buck Cherry's fantastic.
Right. Says every alcoholic mother. Yeah, I mean, we all love Skid Row. They're fun.
18 in life.
18 in life. I mean,
the song I butchered at karaoke that I'll never forget.
18 in life to go. Your crime is time, and it's 18 in life to go.
good one.
But worse.
Coop.
Top
Obituary?
I have seen them live twice. They always play Chopped in Half. I mean, they still sound exactly like the fucking album. Like, they really fucking kill. They've got that fucking stomp and groove to them. They are awesome. I love Obituary.
We gotta eventually play that one Rammstein song where they're like milking the cows or whatever, or the churning butter or whatever it was. We were gonna play it. We were gonna do the Metal Hammer of Doom extra on it. Like, no, we just need to play it on the jukebox. But in the meantime, we've got Du hast, man.
Du
Du hast mich in Florida. Du hast mich in Florida. Yeah.
70 more of these, folks. Get ready. We're singing them all.
The Metal Hammer of Doom
Nine.
jukebox. We're gonna readjust the format to be the Metal Hammer of Doom karaoke.
I mean, what is it? What is a jukebox? But just karaoke without the lyrics.
Right.
We'll make them up.
What's funny about Du hast to me is, when I was going out and dancing in the 90s, it was always like Skinny Puppy and Ministry, KMFDM. And you would rarely hear like a new song. They would just play all the hits. And then they added, it's like they brought on a new spring chicken, new player. It was Du Hast by Rammstein. It became part of the cycle of industrial tunes that we would hear every single weekend.
Nice.
You Suffer by Nick. Oh my god.
That they had to fucking put that there as a troll.
I feel like that should have been 100 then.
It's literally 6 seconds long, and I love it. You Suffer, but why?
Oh yeah, Blood and dude, this song fucking smacks.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This has got all the groove to it.
Oh yeah, it's
Blood and Thunder. When you see the wide whale. So funny because when they were doing that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie, all I could think about was Blood and Thunder. Blood and Thunder. Ah!
It was probably better than the movie.
Flying Whales Gojira.
Song about my ex. I love Gojira. They're so groovy. Oh, hey, the Turd Burglar.
Is that Danhausen?
That's not Danhausen, you silly goose. It's King Diamond.
No, okay. Evil Women.
That's a really fucking good song, by the way. Again, another really influential band for a lot of your early Bay Area thrash bands. Hey, Van Hagar.
It's funny because, like, Van Halen, I think, gets lumped in now. But, even when I was a kid, like, no one to me regarded Van Halen as like modern heavy metal.
Not really. Like,
yeah, they were always like hard rock or like classic rock.
Yeah, like kind of like for like AC/DC too. Like, I don't really look at them as a metal band.
Yeah,
they're always, and especially because I kind of grew up with it after they were really popular. Like, yeah, they've always just been kind of on that classic rock radio for me.
Yeah,
running with the devil. Blind Corn.
Good
I haven't loved all of Korn stuff, as Jesse will tell you. But that first album with, like, the compromising picture of a child on a swing, that is, I mean, like, what a great way to start an album. Are you ready? Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That's a great song. Okay, so this is like
Quiet Riot.
I mean, like, if heavy metal had like a like a national anthem, this has to be it, right?
oh yeah,
It's definitely up there.
Bang your head, metal health, metal health,
Yeah,
mental health, not mental health, metal health.
metal.
and the very iconic album cover that goes with it, with that mask.
Oh yeah, yeah. And when I was going through videos tonight, I almost landed on this one. Because that's exactly how they start the video out.
You didn't pick "Come On, Feel the Noise."
That would have worked. That would have fit in with the theme pretty
Come
well.
on, feel the noise, girls, rock your boys. Look at wow.
65 more. Go there. Here we go.
Hey, I love me some King's X. They are.
King's X.
I mean, King's X has some. I mean, they've got different sort of eras. I know. The one that I'm actually most aware of is kind of when they were doing a little bit more of a down home blues side, but they fucking rock. They Typo Negative.
Let's spend the next hour talking about this song.
All right.
Block number 1.
He ain't going to make it that long.
Yeah, I'm fucking tapping out soon. Well, what's funny? Like, so all day I've been having aches and pains and haven't been able to breathe or anything, and I've just tried to be still, and I've been kind of like falling in and out of sleep. And then, like I told you, like the last couple hours, I was starting to feel better, and then we started doing this podcast. And it's like because I'm talking,
And you started talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fucking talking on the podcast. Black number 1, Le Mascarol by Typo Negative. Black number 1. This was the goth anthem of the 90s. Like,
Yeah. What an album cover too. My goodness.
so Jesse, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm an asshole.
No,
You're what you eat.
really?
It's okay.
And I remember me and my buddy Gary Foster. So Becky used to let us write on her wall. People would like song lyrics, like write something to her. People would just write on her wall, on her bedroom wall. And Gary and I kind of saucy one night. And I guess like we had gotten in our heads that there were too many of these little goth people coming around. Mind you, this is
Okay.
1994. We had no idea. We had no idea where the world was going.
Oh boy.
But in 1994, Gary Foster and Mark Radulich had decided we'd had enough of the goth revolution. And we were writing on Becky's wall like very derogatory things about little goth girls.
Oh.
And then we wondered why she was mad at us the next day. And didn't want to be our friend anymore.
Oh, Mark.
But I remember we definitely referenced this song.
Nice.
Summertime Blues by Blue Cheer.
1968.
Yeah, one of the best metal songs. Like, I like Blue Cheer. I like that song. Is it metal? No.
Dragonaut, Sleep.
Sleep.
Man, I fucking love Sleep. It is very nice and ambient. And oh, hey, Arch Enemy.
Yeah,
they have a
I've
woman
seen
as a
Arch Enemy.
singer.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do, as a matter of fact.
Sounds deceptively like a dude.
Yeah, I actually really like that song. I feel like they have some better songs to choose than We Wore Eyes, but that was the single. So
There are so many good Slipknot songs. I don't know if I
do
would
not know this song. I don't know that song.
you don't know People Equal
Oh, you don't know
Shit?
People Equal Shit? People
No,
Equal
I
Shit's
haven't.
fantastic.
Do not know that
From
song.
Iowa.
Slipknot's going to be on this list again, then, right?
I mean, like, how do you not do Pulse of the Maggots or
It's on there.
A song I heard.
I'd put Wait and Bleed myself.
yeah, I'm
That's a good
surprised.
one.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a very mainstream song though. And Rolling Stone might be, like on the one hand, we're like, oh wait, like oh they're only doing like it's Rolling Stone, they have to do mainstream stuff, and then like there's these certain cases where they totally went against the grain.
Which, do you feel like that's the case right there?
I mean,
Hey.
here's what I'll tell you: people equal shit is a crowd pleaser. People love that song.
It's a fun song.
Yeah. So I would tell you that if we were to go and poll like 100 different metal people, they'd be fine with it. More
Yeah.
than likely. You'd get the occasional asshole like me who's like, oh, well, how do you not have this song on there? But all right, Freezing Moon by Mayhem. That's another Rob song.
Yeah, I did a whole retrospective on that band. It was a good time.
You certainly did, Ollie.
I certainly did. That honestly, like if you're gonna pick a Mayhem song, that's the one. Like that's really the one that is gonna draw people in.
So that picture of Sepultura looks like three guys in a boy band, and like Max just fucking like creepy, photobombed it.
He just walked in, and they're like,
He's
"What
like,
are you?" He's like, "What are you doing?"
He's like, hello, penis. Like, get out of here. we're trying to be a Brazilian boy band. Refugers, this is great.
Yeah, I mean,
Chaos AD, disorder unleashed. See, this one I would go with. This is like the quintessential Sepultura song.
yeah, I mean, it's got that march, it's got the tribal sound
Mhm.
to it. That was very, I think, very much emblematic of them. Speaking of like very, rebellion, considering they grew up in a pretty much after the communist overthrow of communist Brazil. Fucking awesome. Hey, My Dying Bride.
Yep, by The Cry of Mankind.
Do not
I like
know
that band. I don't know that song though, but I like the band.
Okay, so we had to wait till number 56 to get to an Ozzy song.
Okay.
Bark at the Poon.
Well,
And here's the thing.
back at the moon.
I don't know if Ozzy's going to make another appearance on this list, but somehow even 56 seems not close enough to where Ozzy should be, unless
Right.
Ozzy appears again.
Trust me, you'll get some. You're gonna get a few bands that kind of populate the higher part of this list.
Okay,
Okay.
but Bark of the Moon's a good one.
I like Bark at the Moon. It's good.
Yeah,
Back at the moon.
Bark at the Moon.
I love Speed Wolf's Bark at the Poon, though. I'm just saying, it's fun. I've never heard this song, by the way. From Faith
Yeah, I
No
was like, of
More.
all the Faith No More songs, like I know them, and I know this one too, but like I would not. This is an obscure pick.
Yeah,
Like, how do you not go like fucking? Don't look at me, I'm ugly in the morning. Or Surprise You're Dead. How do you not do Surprise You're Dead if you're trying to just pick a heavy Faith No More song?
I mean,
You ever
or
hear
if
that one,
you wanna go
Jesse?
mainstream, go with Epic.
Yeah, I was
I'll go
gonna
with
say
Epic, yeah.
Epic is probably what I know.
You never heard Surprise You're Dead?
correct.
Oh,
and now I have.
Surprise! You're dead. Ha ha ha. It never ends.
Yeah, I have. I know we talked some Faith No More on the podcast at one point.
All right. Well, this one I
Photograph?
Oh my god. Well, I mean, are you saying like, oh, there are heavier Def Leppard songs, or you're like Photograph sucks? Because if it's Photograph sucks, you're off the podcast.
What's the name of this list again?
100 songs to annoy Jesse with.
What's the name of the show? This is the Metal Hammer of Doom.
Sexy
correct?
Stories with Mark Radulich and friends.
Is it top rock? What I need to know the title of this list again.
You're being very picayune about this.
Okay.
It's gonna
go
get
ahead
worse.
and fucking state your case.
I mean, first of all, Def Leppard is like the greatest band ever.
Okay.
Second of all, Photograph is the best Def Leppard song ever.
Okay.
And if the VH1 movie is any indication, like him trying to hit that high note for Photograph is what made the band.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a great song. Shouldn't argue with me.
I'm not going to.
I don't care enough.
I don't fucking care about Tool.
I love Tool.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
46 and 2.
Suck each
Great
other's
song.
dick.
Fantastic.
I will,
pick.
as long as you get a photograph of it.
I'm so glad. It's a deep photograph at least.
Whatever.
I mean,
Tool can blow me.
I'm sure they would. Hey, Opeth.
No deliverance. That's a different song.
I mean, I love that song. I would have went with Ghost of Perdition personally, but what do I know?
I don't know what. Oh, Godflesh. Okay.
I don't know Godflesh.
Not enough to be like, oh.
You got to hit the load more button.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my supervisor. We have done 51.
Halfway through.
We are halfway through this list. Jesse's like, fuck, get me off this podcast. I went as fast as I could, even with all of our like minor karaoke. Okay. So let's go ahead. And a few non sequiturs. All right, believe me, that was there are non sequiturs, and then there's what we fucking do on Damn You Hollywood, where I have to like fucking please move this the fuck on already.
So lucky.
Yeah, so lucky. All right, Jesse. What made you pick this next song? Why don't you introduce it for us?
I didn't pick a song. This would be Coop, I'd imagine.
Oh, you picked okay, yeah. Coop picked Razor Shotgun Justice. You did Ratt. You did Ratt.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to some fucking Razor today. It was getting me nice and amped up. And I was like, you know what? That's what I was trying to find something that was very emblematic of like the little project I'm going through with my A to Z metal bands. And like, yeah, I've finally kind of started biting into Razor, and they are so much fun. Like, it's just very high energy, high testosterone, punch somebody in the nutsack.
Okay. Let's get into some Razor here. Shotgun Justice. This thing was shot with like a beta cam.
Let me just tell you right now, I had to wipe my glasses like 5 times before I realized that wasn't my glasses.
This was uploaded 14 years ago, boys. This is from almost like early days.
Welcome to Blurry Cam.
for a very early music video.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I said, they shot this on like a VHS recorder.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, get a lens wipe.
What's a lens wipe?
Don't speak to us with your future technology.
Shit's about to hit the fan. Here we go.
And then it's Glenn Danzig just hanging out. This is why This is why black people think white people music is fucking weird.
I love, like, I'm not paying attention to the singer. I'm watching the scenery go by back behind there. I just saw a Christmas tree.
They're like taking a tour of New York City.
See, it's a Christmas album.
Sure.
We saw a Christmas tree. Yeah, this is a Canadian speed metal band. Can you tell?
Yeah, because they're like smiling while they're singing. Nobody from America smiles.
Yeah, unless they're rich.
Look, he's so happy. He's happy to be Canadian metal and having a winter wonderland.
It is, and he knows it's Christmas.
Yes. Does he know it's Christmas after all? Why is that guy out in the cornfield?
This shotgun justice, see? Now,
Oh shit!
I mean, I don't know what these guys did to piss people off, but something happened.
That's a great head of hair, by the way.
I'll agree. All right, so we're just gonna put this camera right here, and you stick your fucking head right out the top of this car.
I hope you don't
Stare
go any
into
like
it.
under low bridges. Yikes!
Let's just say it would be their last one.
Coop, I mean, I don't know. Have you dove into the lyrics on this at all?
No, actually, I haven't. This is
Okay.
the next album. Actually, the one I just finished listening to was "Executioner's Return," which has a guy with a guitar as an axe.
Nice.
Yeah, this one, this album though, which is what was it? Yeah, Shotgun Justice is the name of the album, and it's pretty fucking cool artwork. It's got a half cyborg dude on a motorcycle.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're really fun. Like, definitely some. If I ever want to run in my life, we'll put on some Razor.
Like for office or like jogging.
Yeah. If I ever want to. Yeah. I won't last long if I put this on.
And
Do you
so
think they ever
are
caught 'em?
still, let's say they're still out there in the field with their shotgun.
Out here in the field.
He was counting on there still being like floodlights.
He like trips and falls.
He fucking pumped that thing, and he's like, "All right," and then they didn't realize they ran out of film.
Yeah, we're missing the whole director's cut.
This episode of fucking Ghost followers.
Well, yeah.
Hashtag release the butthole cut.
All right, Procreation of the Wicked, Celtic Frost.
Dude, I fucking love that song. I love Celtic Frost as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely fantastic band besides that one album that we reviewed.
Speaking of that one album we reviewed, Ministry, Just One Fix.
We're
So how do you
tired
not-
of it.
We're tired of it. How do you not do New World Order or Thieves?
Mhm.
Like, why Just One Fix or Jesus Built My Hot Rod?
Mm.
Because they're tired of it.
Like, I don't
I mean,
agree with
it's-
Just One Fix as being a part like the 100 greatest. Unless Ministry appears again,
I don't think
Just One
so.
Fix is not the one I would have chosen.
Hipster.
Walk in the Shadows, Queensryche. So I've had like a dozen people this year ask me if I'm going to see Queensryche. I'm like, no, I'm not that into the band.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
actually
same.
their stuff with Todd Latour is fantastic though. Like, he sounds
It
amazing.
might be, but I just never really got into Queensryche.
Fair enough.
All right, Locust Star, Neurosis.
I don't know much about Neurosis, to be honest. They're kind of a
Me-
blind spot for me. Hey, the Melvins.
Night Goat by the Melvins. Yeah, I never really got into the Melvins.
I never really found the Melvins to be like that metal, really. Hey,
Oh.
look, it's Dave.
All right, get everyone back up
Hello,
and give
me.
rock.
Mega Dave.
Hello, me.
Meet the real me. I love
Hello,
they got
me.
goatee Dave Mustaine. Like the one time he had the goatee.
As far as Megadeth songs go, Symphony of Destruction's probably, I would have to say on everybody's top 5 at the
Again,
very least, right?
How do you not do
This isn't the last one.
Peace
Okay,
Cells?
thanks, Scoop.
Yeah, no, there's multiple. There's going to be multiple Metallica, Slayer, Sabbath, Megadeth.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, good.
I specifically remember in Ozzy, of course. Like, there's multiples for those.
Okay, well, then I'm okay with this now, but I better see Peace Cells in this list later.
It
I'm
better
sure you
happen.
will. You'll get that MTV news.
Boom,
let's-
boom, 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 boom.
You hear it first. All right. Green Machine by Gaius.
I fucking love that song.
Gaius is a great
Pretty
band.
good.
I
Gaius
love
is
that.
great.
I love that album.
And
album.
here is when the list lost me.
All right,
43 Evanescence.
I was like, are you goddamn kidding me? Like, hey, I was in 6th grade when this album came out, and I was like, I think Evanescence is great. Do I think Evanescence at any time was a metal band, though? No. Do I think now that this belongs on this list? No.
What would
No.
you call what? But then, what would you call Evanescence? Like, what genre of music?
He's thinking. The wheels are turning. Oh man, so many genres, so many subgenres.
I mean, I'm just more or less like I guess I've always found them to be more of a hard rock sort of thing than an actual heavy
Okay.
metal.
I mean, that's legitimate. But
I
then
mean,
we
they
have
do
definitely
have-
seen some bands that are in the hard rock category on this list.
I am not
Van
putting Bring Me to
Halen.
Life above Symphony of Destruction in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, which I
Okay,
mean,
like you can argue with its placement on the list.
And I
That
did.
it's on the list, I think, is more fair.
yeah, like and a lot of the ones like a lot of the hard rock stuff that's on here, I didn't necessarily agree with either,
Okay.
frankly. But like, yeah, I mean, if you want to, I mean, they're calling that some new metal. Hey, I would have pit I Am the Black Wizards personally, but I mean, Emperor got to number 42. That was something I didn't expect.
Yep. All right, bleed my sugar. My sugar.
Sugar Face.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Fucking love that song.
Victim of how do you not have fucking
There's
There's
Breaking
more
the
on the
Law?
list.
there's more Judas Priest on the list.
Yeah, but again, Victim of Changes, and
I really like
You
Victim
got-
of Changes.
you got another thing coming.
I'm sure it'll make it on there, Mark. Same with Maiden.
For whom the bell has
For
we have
whom the troll tolls.
our first appearance of Metallica on the list.
Yeah, which I feel like that 39 is kind of low for whom the bell tolls, but what do I know?
I think we need Sting to make a drop down from the rafters.
Okay, let's just stop right now. And Coop, you already know this, but Mark, where's Master of Puppets landing on this list?
Gotta be in the top 10.
You're going to say top 10. All right, I'll go. I'm going to say it's going to land at number 8.
Okay.
So, all
I
right.
actually
I'm
know what
specific about
number
it.
it is. So,
Oh, killing in the hey Jesse. Now you do what they told
fuck you! I won't do what you tell me.
I won't do what you tell me.
me.
Jesse and I were rocking out to this.
That's good stuff. I got it on video, folks.
It's on TikTok.
Great. That's right.
It's a great song.
It is.
Chop Suey by System of a Down.
Oh wow. And they really made their mark with this song right here.
Yeah, they
I mean,
did.
they became known.
All right, see this one I agree with. Rock You Like a
Yeah.
Hurricane by the Scorpions.
I mean, yeah, I definitely think that's
Wham,
one of their
wham,
more
wham.
iconic songs.
Yes, absolutely. And our second appearance by Metallica, Fade to Black.
Yeah,
Black.
there's a lot of Metallica in like the top 40. Which I mean, I love Metallica, but there's other bands.
Okay.
Smoke
Again, hard rock.
Yeah,
on the
not metal.
water.
Like
A
not even.
fire in the sky. Smoke on the
I mean,
Open 3-5-3 open. Yeah, that's how it works.
yeah, playing it.
That's
on
the
your
only
guitar
song
there.
I've ever learned anything about guitar on. Was
I am
learned
seriously right there with you, dude. It's the one song that Mindy's brother taught me when he was playing guitar. he tried to sit down and show me it when I was first started dating Mindy, and that's the only song I ever learned, or that part of a song.
Kiss Me Deadly.
Lita Ford. I was
song.
hoping she'd make the list. I really was hoping she'd make it on here.
It's a good song. Mother.
Yeah.
Mother. Tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words. What they mean, what they say. Mother.
Have you seen the gelatin
Whoa.
worms meme from Danzig here? I've seen it twice so far, where gummy worms are made from gelatin, which is made from bones, which means gummy worms actually have more bones than them than actual real worms do. Danzig.
Yeah,
All right,
I've
go
seen
ahead.
that.
All right, I was gonna say it's popped up twice in the past week for me.
Fucking Timber
Next.
Gore.
No idea. Anyway, my problem
No
with
idea.
this is there are so many other songs by Danzig I really like. Like Tell Me How the Gods Kill, Dirty Black Summer, and we're going with Mother, which again, I get it. But I don't
It's
even
the
feel like
Danzig song.
But I don't even feel like it would be the Danzig song had they not made a buzz clip for the live performance from Demon Sweat Thrall live back in the 90s.
Yep.
Like, if there's no buzz clip, no one knows no one knows Mother from Danzig's first album.
Okay,
Just saying.
all right.
Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah, but I do think this is real kind of low.
Let's see, Enter Sandman by Metallica. Yeah, this
number
is like,
3.
I mean, is there a more iconic, more known Metallica song than Enter Sandman? I feel like even kids today like know Enter Sandman.
I don't know, man. Go ahead.
I
Coop,
could go the entirety of our remaining lifespans between the three of us, add it together. I can take that amount of time and never have to hear this fucking song again.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son to include everyone. Yeah, I took you in. Yeah, I took you in. Hold it in. Keep you free from sin till the Sandman he comes.
Remember when we did Metal Hammer of Doom, Metallica? What was it? The
the blackest album or something like that.
Yeah, it was like covered by everybody.
List.
The like Blackface album.
20 versions of the Blackface album.
20 versions.
Just wanting to get canceled, Metallica. Way to go.
And they aren't the Snow White.
Did I ever tell you? I think I told the story on that podcast, but that MTV Icons thing where they had people cover Metallica and Snoop Dogg covered Sad But True. And the top comment for years was, "This wouldn't have happened if slavery was still around."
Oh my gosh.
He is not wrong.
I was just like, ooh, it's a bold move. It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, wowzers.
How many people are aware of this song because the Sandman used to come into it?
I think I'm certainly quite a few.
One or two.
Didn't he also use this for one of the ECW like one night stands, and they like did the whole song? And I remember like there were people from like the WWE staff like mouth agape that he was that popular because Sandman was basically just an entrance.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, and One Night Stand, if I'm not mistaken, they actually got the rights to use it, but for the DVD, they didn't. They just had a sound alike.
Oh shit! Mom's Meatloaf. I referenced that in another podcast recently. They walking around in the basement. Mom's cooking meatloaf upstairs in the kitchen. But that was for 5 Minutes Alone or the other one. This is Walk. Rob Van Dam, baby.
Oh wow!
Are
we just going to get an ECW suite here on this list? Is that what's going to happen? Like the
Pretty
next,
much. Fucking ECW medley. And I can think of
what is next?
I can think of better Pantera songs. So I can think of like 5 better Pantera songs than Walk.
Yeah, I can too. I don't know if there's any more Pantera though. I can't remember.
None of them much. I'm broke. There it is. Holy Wars, The Punishment Due by Megadeth.
I still think it's a little lower, a little too low because it's my favorite Megadeth song.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I get it.
Oh, look, more Judas Priest that people actually know.
After midnight.
Pegging after midnight.
Pegging after midnight?
Yeah.
Why do you hate homosexuals, sir?
I don't. It's just that's what he does.
You don't know that.
That's what he does.
You guys are way involved in like Rob Halford's sex life. I don't understand.
Oh, well.
I'm just saying he made his sex life my fashion choice.
All right.
Am I evil?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Would you believe I told a guy that was almost I think he was in his 50s that this was not a Metallica song originally? What? I'm like, bro.
Believe it.
I was like, it's Diamond Head. I was like, Metallica did a good cover, but I actually prefer the original. I feel like the vocals are more melodic.
That's common. That's a common thing, though. Where people, the cover becomes more popular than the original.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just I'd figure with something like this.
When there's lightning,
it always brings me down.
And
I love it, man.
Rainbow
in the dark.
Your rainbow in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Killing your favorite songs, one karaoke at a time. I can think of better songs by Slayer than South.
There's more Slayer.
Okay.
There's more on the list, Mark.
There's more on the. Actually, I know I said that too.
Oh, shout, shout, shout. Like, this is an iconic Motley Crue song. Like this,
Yeah,
this one I'm
yeah.
okay with. Shout of the Devil by Motley Crue when Nikki Sixx was a little too much into devil worship.
Yeah. But was that? Do you think that was before he got in a little too much into cocaine?
No. Caught in a Mosh by Anthrax. Interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, I would have put Madhouse because I don't think there's any more Anthrax on this list.
It's
but
a
like,
madhouse.
I would have put Indians. I'd have put Indians just to be liberal and progressive.
It's also a great
Put
song.
your application in.
I mean, you could also go with if you want a little bit of a British representation, we can put in "I Am the Law."
I say let's go with Got the Time.
That's also a cover.
Is
Oh,
I Am
that's
the
right.
Law like in any relation to Judge
Yes.
Dredd?
Yes,
It's-
that's what the song is about.
Okay.
Have you ever
Nice.
listened to the song?
Can you guess?
No.
They call him Judge.
my-
His last name is Dredd.
Dread.
To break a law, and you wind up dead. It's truth and justice what is
That
fighting
sounds
for.
great.
That is the song.
That's
You should
great.
totally do a Metal Hammer of
He is
Doom.
the
Not Metal
law.
Hammer of Doom. You should do a source material and like play that song. Do
I
like
should do a source
Because
material
the
and
law
like
is the Bible to
metal
him.
in comics. Oh wait, I did.
Any crime committed is a sin.
you should do like a real, like one of your like little quick hits that you do. And
We
just-
should have did. We should have had Coop in for Slayer when we talked that Slayer comic. Oh my gosh, Coop.
Yeah, no, I had shit to do. The
Slayer Repentless was fucking ridiculous. Go ahead.
the Trooper, Iron Maiden, very good song.
One of the many songs of Iron Maiden that teaches you just a little bit about history and literature.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we learned
right.
all about Eddie also in,
Yes.
Edward T.
in that
Head.
comic.
Hey, look, Round and Round by Rat.
Number
Yeah.
20 on the list. I had no idea, folks.
I don't think it should be this. Like
I don't
this,
either.
Let's
would
put this up
probably
a couple
agree.
of in the like the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
Peace out. There it is.
Okay. All right.
All right. Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, which is-
Again, how are we counting Led Zeppelin as heavy metal? Like
'Cause
Black
they're-
Sabbath, sure, but Led Zeppelin
Led Zeppelin
was
were
like
not.
they preceded heavy metal. Like they obviously
Well-
heavy metal draws influence from Led Zeppelin, but they were not a heavy metal band.
No, not at all.
I think I would say heavy metal gets a lot more prolific after the 1970. I'm sure you can reach back and find some heavy bands from back then. Led Zeppelin for me is not one of them.
I was saying
Yeah,
Black
man.
Sabbath gets credit for creating the heavy metal. And Led Zeppelin kind of gets like roped in there, but I would not say they are a heavy metal band.
Yeah, no, they're an influence, but they're definitely not a heavy metal band. I mean,
Dang. Eric Bischoff.
Hey,
Riff.
another band, really just another song like Inner Sandman, because this was our my high school's like theme.
Mm.
I had to listen to this song every fucking Friday for 4 months, for 4 years. Fuck it.
No, you have not been tortured until you've had to go to SummerSlam 1998. Highway to Hell. They played that fucking song every break, twice a break,
Oh,
every intermission,
man.
every commercial. By the time
Whose
by the-
fucking idea is that? Like, what fucking person in their right mind think that that's going to get over?
by the
Kevin
time
Dunn.
we were done with SummerSlam, none of us wanted to hear AC/DC ever again.
No. I got an idea. Let's ruin a song. All right.
Hallowed be thy name, Iron Maiden. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a fucking classic.
Yeah.
I would put it a little higher, honestly, but I mean, I get where it's at. Hey, look, we're
Yeah.
Slayer.
Right where it should be. Angel of Death, number 15, Slayer. It's
Yeah.
not getting any better than that.
Hey, Mark, do you fear of the dark? Oh, wait a second. That's Iron Maiden.
Fear of the dark, Jesse.
I don't really feel like Rainbow. I really don't think Stargazer by Rainbow is all that metal.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I do not know.
All right, Paranoid by Black
Paranoid.
Sabbath. Oh, quintessential, classic,
Yeah.
archetypical.
I mean,
Paranoid.
criteria wise, if I could see this list of criteria, Paranoid is like the Black Sabbath song for me. That's on there. Check mark.
It's not mine, but I'm not going to say what mine is. So
CM.
Are you waiting?
CM
It's coming
Punk.
up.
yeah, we're CP Monk. Also, like I really do love this song, but I don't know about number 12.
I will tell
Yeah.
you that this song was used in like I think it was the final episode of The Walking Dead. Of all things, this song was used in the final episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, this needs to be somewhere maybe in the middle. It's a great song, but there were so many songs I would have put ahead of this.
I think this might be more here as a statement than anything.
All right, One by Metallica. That's
a great one.
Yep. Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
Another
Number
great
10.
one.
Jesse, we're counting down the 10.
Okay. All right.
Best
So
heavy metal songs of all time.
What did we say? We said Master of Puppets. I said 8. Do you want to go ahead and pick a number there, Mark? It's not going to be number 9, you motherfucker. So what's
I'm gonna go with 5.
All right. That sounds
All
good.
right, coming in at number 9.
Holy Diver! Soul Survivor!
Your arm is clean.
What's becoming of me?
No. It's actually
Holy
one of my
Diver.
karaoke favorites.
Jump.
Raining Blood by Slayer.
Oh, I want to see
Yeah.
this place, Raining Blood.
Iron Man by
Man.
Black Sabbath.
Okay, so we are both, at least I'm out of
Crazy
the running
Train.
here.
Yep, that's a good
Another
one.
song I can go my whole life without hearing. I mean, I love it.
All right, well, I'm out. Coming in at number
Yep.
5.
War Pigs, Black Sabbath.
I know what number it is.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches and black masses.
If Master of Puppets comes in at number 1, I mean, I have a feeling I know what
more
drove
than
it
a
there.
feeling. Sorry,
Yeah.
Breaking the Law by Judas.
Breaking the law. I'm breaking the law.
I'm top 3.
Ace of Spades, Motorhead.
But also, this is the only Motorhead song on the list, and I feel like that's a little underrepresentative of the band.
I don't know.
I'll agree with
I
you.
don't know if there's like another really popular Motorhead song besides Ace of Spades.
Yeah, true. Well, I guess maybe mine wouldn't as
You
much.
could go back and look at some of the songs that are on this list. Oh,
yeah, I knew it was number 2.
Number 2, Jesse Pants, Master of
Which-
Puppets by
Look at
Metallica.
Which, like
Yeah.
like my buddy, one of my friends, he's like, I love that song. He's like, XM Sirius plays it literally every hour. I'm so tired of it.
It is soared in popularity because of Stranger Things, and that is exactly why everybody continues to play it over and over now.
Which, I mean,
All right, the
I've
number
heard
1
show is
song. Go ahead.
Well, it's just one of those, like, kind of like the show in general. Like, I hear it's great. I hear great things. I don't know. What do people call it? Like sort of like a hype backlash.
Yeah,
Like, I get tired of hearing about it, so I don't want to participate.
All right,
I understand.
Who do we think is the number 1 song, boys?
Art Fag by Anal Cunt.
All right. What do you think, Jesse?
Shit. See, I have no idea what we're going. No clue.
All right. What do you really think it is, Mark?
If Dark Fag by Anal Cunt.
I was thinking I sold Holocaust videos to AFV by Anal Cunt myself.
There's no cattle decapitation on this list.
Okay, stop. Don't scroll yet. Okay, I just want to
There's
think
no
about
goat
the band.
whore.
There's no goat.
Metallica comes in at number 2. What band comes in at number 1 above Metallica's Master of Puppets?
Anal
What
Cunt.
band could it be? Thanks for participating, Mark. We appreciate
John Cougar concentration camp.
You fucking get shitty with me. He's just as bad.
Well, yeah, but I'm funny. See, the thing is like I like when you see it, you're gonna be like, all right.
I mean, it's gonna. So the other thing that I think can possibly outscore Metallica would be some very classic metal band. So or singer. So and I think it's going to be. I'll go with. Does Ozzy have one more that he hasn't? That hasn't showed up on this list.
You're going with Ozzy. You just go with it.
Okay, open your eyes, Mark. Come on, let's go. You're gonna fucking fall asleep.
All right,
Black Sabbath. Okay,
I
part
would not have picked Black
All right.
Sabbath though. By Black.
Oh,
Sabbath.
like I would have. Like
Why?
It's the opening track on what is by a lot of people considered the first heavy metal album ever.
Yeah,
It's
I get that.
iconic of the sound. It's emblematic of everything that they represent. It's a fantastic, crushing fucking song, and it's actually one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs.
All right, well, we did it. We're at an hour and 30 minutes, and we did 100 of the greatest heavy metal songs of all time.
There was no death, no Blind Guardian. I'm just saying,
right?
like, there's a lot of bands.
There was no Hailstorm. There was no Steel Panther. There was no Poison. There was no. We had Motley Crue, but
if you're going to include Def Leppard, you need to include.
You know what? I'm actually surprised they didn't do what VH1 used to do all the time and put Guns N' Roses at the top of everything.
Oh my God! Yeah, where was Guns N' Roses on this list?
Like, I cannot stand Welcome to the Jungle at this point, but like, yeah, I'm really surprised. Like, I was like, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, they didn't have Welcome to the Jungle, which, if you look at the rest of their criteria, would have fit.
Should have been on there, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely I definitely feel like there's some blind spots. Like, yeah, they put like some of your more, like, yeah, Mayhem made it, which I was surprised they had them that high. Frankly,
they wanted to at least keep you from picking up your rifle and trying to find them.
Yeah. Well, and then I'm telling you, when I was scrolling through it, and I was like, Evanescence. I was like, are you kidding me?
Shotgun Justice, baby.
Shotgun Justice, motherfuckers.
All right. So our final video of the night, something that I wanted to play, because I kind of wanted to talk about this. So this is this guy, and his whole YouTube channel is he covers songs in the style of a different band. So like one of his videos was Nirvana, and every track was by a different band. It was Smells Like Teen Spirit by this band, and then In Bloom by like NoFX, Something in the Way by Metallica or something like that. And so he covers songs or covers albums in different styles. So this one that we're going to look at now is him covering I Want It That Way as Alice in Chains. And I've heard him do all different styles. Like I was listening to the Nirvana one earlier. Like his vocal range is like wizardry. It's pretty amazing. So
if he does a good Lane Staley, I mean,
you're about to have your fucking dick blown.
I really do enjoy me some Alice in Chains. Probably
I was gonna say I really do enjoy me some good blowjob. Like, well,
I do like a little wet dick every once in a while.
Well, you're about to get your dick wet. Here we go.
I like Jesse more effect than cause.
Jesse wants it that way. Jesse wants it that way. He's going to get it that way. Here we go.
Please give it to me that way.
Small businesses.
Oh, are we gonna have
small businesses
into a community?
Now, can we also listen to Bob Saget's "Wood Factory Boys Gay"?
Oh, yeah.
So the video ain't shit, but just listen to this guy's voice. How fucking impressive is that?
Yeah, he got it overlaid to do the harmony too, didn't he?
Yeah, you can tell.
I want it that way. I would be convinced this was an Alice in Chains song, especially from the Wood era.
Fuck yeah, I can see that. You know what?
I wanted that.
Where was Alice in Chains on that list?
Good question. This guy, I'm like in love.
Well, I mean,
I said I would never get married again, but I would marry this guy just to be in his presence. This is fucking impressive, dude.
I'll agree. Your one desire. Oh, that was good. That was good stuff. That was a Lane Staley right there.
Is your dick wet, Jesse?
I feel a little moist.
All right. Let me know when you're fully erect. I mean, in general, just like call me.
What are you gonna call him,
right.
Daddy?
I've already done that. That's an old bit.
Nothing's old around me. Oh.
I like the fact that they occasionally pan down to him, like swiveling his hips. Hey, check out my penis.
Jesse was inside of me.
Man,
I love that he has the Jerry Cantrell pedal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be days, like consecutive days, where I just go through the discography of Alice in Chains and just listen and listen and listen. And I
know what
definitely
band-
listen to the Lane Staley more than I do the more recent stuff.
I was
Go
supposed
ahead.
to see Alice in Chains last year, but the fucking hurricane ruined that show for me.
Damn. I was gonna say I need to add them to my list because right now on the A's I'm at Animals as Leaders. It's a really fucking. I don't know if you've ever listened to them, but like sort of that instrumental, like 8-string guitars and sort
Oh,
of style.
really? Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
they are kill. I should just send y'all my the list up because I've been marking songs as I go through them. So
You got a Spotify playlist that you could share, or is this
Oh,
something
yeah.
you're just okay?
yeah, no, it's in
Good.
Spotify. There's gonna be some stuff that you're gonna be like, what? Like, because I'm taking some of Natalia's stuff because she likes metal too, but she also listens to a lot of some more your sort of like the more pop punk, like My Chemical Romance, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love. Like, I knew I always loved them, but like after listening to their whole discography, I adore them.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark, that was a good pick, buddy. That was
Yeah, how good is that, right?
very, very, very done well.
Yeah. Check out this guy. I'm gonna go real quick. I'm actually gonna put it back on screen. This guy's fucking YouTube page is pretty goddamn impressive. So he's Steve Welsh, by the way. Let's mute that. I don't want to play another one of his videos, but I'll go ahead and share my screen again.
Afro
Dick.
Circus, Afro Circus.
All right, so his videos. So he does I Want It That Way. He does Stormbringer, Deep Purple. If Real Big Fish wrote Lounge Act. Guns N' Roses written by 12 different bands. Interstate Love Song. If Pink Floyd wrote Endless Nameless. Fucking Weezer doing Come As You Are, which is actually on the Nirvana one. So yeah, he's got like there's some really interesting ones. Like I want to like kind of I've only listened to the Nirvana one, but I definitely want to like cut through some of these and see what else he's done.
Oh yeah, speaking of covers, did you ever listen to those ones I sent in the chat to you, Mark?
No.
That band is. I had to find a band for the Qs, and I was like, Quo Vadis. Turns out the one I was thinking of was a Canadian like death metal band, but the one that I found is a Polish like thrash prog sort of thing, and they have so many fun covers, like Smells Like Teen Spirit. They covered that, and most of their shit is in Polish, which I tried to learn some Polish.
Did you?
What the fuck, Poland? Why are there so many consonants everywhere?
Welcome to Eastern Europe. All right, folks. That is another edition of the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox. When are we doing this again? I feel like because of like the Black History stuff, like we took a long break. But
Don't we have something next week?
Your mom.
You can have her.
No.
Okay. I thought we had something relatively soon, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
When's the next Whiskey Rebellion? That's the one.
It's the
is that
beginning
I don't know
of
why I'm doing it this way. Let me fucking
beginning of May, because
Yeah, I was
when
gonna say it's May.
Jeff Sloboda was like, "Guys, when's the next podcast?"
Okay. So the next one is in April. It's April 20th, and we will be reviewing Metallica 72 Seasons.
Ooh.
Then in May, we're going to be doing Galactic Empire Special Edition, among other things, because it's May the 4th be with you. I have a whole show dedicated to Star Wars. I don't know what we're doing in July. Apparently, we're skipping June. I don't know what we're doing in July. I know why we're skipping June, because that's all like queer month. But then August 3rd, Jesse, Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox, NWA, straight out of Compton, baby.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's been a while since we reviewed a rap album on a metal show.
That'll be great.
But it's like the anniversary of that album, so I wanted to do that.
So does that mean I have to bring a rap? I have to bring a rap song to the.
Yeah, we're gonna play it 3 times. Buttermilk Biscuits by Sir Mix.
I'm gonna give you guys a preview, okay? There you go.
Yeah. Home Slice is killing it.
Mm-hmm. Wait, sorry, I messed up. Okay, now I'm ready.
I'll make sure I wear my dashiki.
Perfect. A little more racist, guys. All right, next week.
Oh, you want me to? Hold on. Let me bring my Uncle Jerry.
Nope. All right, so tomorrow we've got an Everyone Loves a Bad Guy for the Joker. That's the one I was on. And then the following week is Everyone Loves a Bad Guy for Dr. Doom. That's one Pat was on. And Pat has not let me forget that was a more popular show than mine. Because that's Pat for you. Hey, Robert Cooper, remember when I thought it would be fun to just do an all cover show and it became a living nightmare?
You know, what's interesting? This is just water, but it's really salty in here all of a sudden. Remember that time we thought it would be really fun to do an all covers thing, and then Jesse decided to kangaroo court it, and Mark and I started getting competitive, and then Jesse started kangaroo courting it. Mark's like, you know what? Fuck this. We're never doing covers again. You know what? You can go cover yourself with my cold dead body.
I think it started out like, hey Cooper, do you like this cover? You're like, no. Well, fuck you. Now I'm gonna fuck you till you love me, like Mike Tyson once said. I just watched that show, by the way, the Mike Tyson show on Hulu.
Tyson?
No,
I didn't
it's
watch
called
it.
Mike.
Gotcha.
It's pretty good. Anyway, so we'll be re-airing our cover show on Sunday the 26th, and then because I will be at Skid Row on Tuesday, and then I will be at Elavidi on the 29th. We are doing our Hollywood for John Wick on Monday. But there was before I went on my cruise, there was like a whole mess, just a lot of nonsense that was going on in my house, and Pat was having problems with his internet. So the show that we were supposed to do, the history of boxing, Aaron Pryor versus Alexis Arguello, we were supposed to do it on the 9th. We're doing it on the 28th now.
Bring your black water bottles, boys.
Well, I'm at Elavidi, the nerds, the dorks, Alexis Hana and Zachary Strobel. They will be doing the History of the World Part 2. Not as good as I wanted it to be. Not good at all.
Oh, really? Is Mel Brooks actually directing it?
I think he produced it. I don't know how much of it he wrote or directed. We had a re-airing of because it's WrestleMania weekend, we're re-airing of our Roddy Piper tribute, the aforementioned Dr. Doom show, and then Metal Hammer of Doom, Austrian Death Machine, Triple Brutal.
Ah, yes,
That's
the
a
last
great
one before
album.
the Jonas Exodus.
Yes, sir. All right, so delete that. All right, so that's all for me. Thanks. I'm driving. Jesse, what do you got going on?
Listen, you can tune in. Don't turn in. I'm allowed to turn in after this show. Tune in.
Turn down.
Turn down whatever you want to do there.
Turn down for
Turn it
what?
up. Bring the noise. So
Why'd you say that like an old man?
the Source Material Comics Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, you can find
Turn
the feed.
it up. Bring
the noise.
Bring the noise.
Get off my lawn.
That was more of like a fucking day. Bring the noise.
I was
Like a
trying to go for
mentally challenged person.
I was trying to go for stroke victim, and I just ended up with Down syndrome. I'm sorry, Down syndrome community. Please forgive me.
Another pygmies down in Africa.
The Source Material Comics feed.
Jesse's like, fuck
You can find that on any podcast catcher that's out there, and you can listen to me and Mark talking about. We're about to end our discussion on 3 crime noir comic books. The next one is going to be called The Fourth Man, which seemed like it was written to be a movie, and then they just were like, okay, well, hey, let's just use some actors in our comic book. That was a good book, though. We really enjoyed it. And then our next trilogy that'll be happening on the Source Material Comics Podcast will be me and Mark talking metal properties in comic books. So we talk about Iron Maiden, which was Legacy of the Beast, and it was based off of a mobile game that's out there. Mark had no idea, so it was a revelation to Mark as we were talking about that.
If it's not Hogwarts Legacy, I don't fuck with it.
Apparently not. Then you have Slayer's Repentless, which, boy, we were relentless on that book. My gosh, did we tear that one a new asshole. And then our third and final one, Mark, help me out here. What was our third one?
Orgasmageddon.
Which was fantastic. Orgasmageddon, Great book. So
Yes.
anyway, check that out. That trilogy is going to be happening. And the Unspoken Issues podcast, where we talk 90s comics. Listen, we've got Turok #1 just aired this past Monday. So you can hear me and Chris Armstrong talking about the 90s Valiant best-selling book, Turok #1, Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. I'm sure you played the game. Check out us talking about the comic. That's all I got. Robert Cooper.
Coop, do you want to plug your drunk friend's podcast that she doesn't do anymore?
Well, so here's the thing. She's claiming that she's going to bring it back, but I think it's because
You have
she's
been
like,
saying that for a year now.
well, no, she even created a new like website for it. I think it's more because like she's trying to go through this hoe phase. So like every time she gets a man, she just
Can I go ahead and tell you their hoe phase never ends?
Yeah, they yeah. So every time she like stops talking to a guy, she's like, I'm gonna start my podcast again, and tells me all about it and starts trying to airdrop it to people. Apparently,
And then she becomes social. See what happens, Mark?
yeah, she's
Yeah.
actually been going to a couple Simp Biscuit concerts, which is a Limp Bizkit tribute band in the area, and
That's
I'm
great.
actually kind of aware of them.
yeah, and probably she probably ain't bringing that back. But I mean, in terms of good podcasts, though, so I've been listening to a ton of Crime and Sports. It's two comedians that do well. They just kind of look at horrible athletes. Like they did a 3-parter on Mike Tyson. That was awesome. And they did an episode on Aaron Pryor, which is how I knew about Aaron Pryor and Alexis Arguello and that black water bottle. I'm just saying. You've seen the fight, right, Mark?
Yes.
You know the black water bottle.
Yes.
Yeah, I showed that to Nick, and that fight was fucking fire because I'd never
It
heard
was.
of either guys, and it was
I gotta
fucking
rewatch
awesome.
that fight before Tuesday.
Yeah, it's on the YouTubes, but they're fucking awesome. I really love their work. But beyond that, I don't know. Hug your family. Tell them you love them because you never know when shit's gonna happen. So that's my cat's tail, and it's midnight. I gotta get up at 7 a.m.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you for listening to the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox. That's the Jesse Starcher. Over there is the Robert Cooper. And I'm trying to breathe. Be well, be safe, and behave.